What up, everybody? It's your boy Mark Howard, and you know we talk Cowboys here. That's what we do. And speaking of which, this is our 92nd episode of We Talk Cowboys here. I want to appreciate everybody who's been watching, supporting, showing love, tapping in. Even if you're watching, not saying anything, I appreciate you. I love a little feedback, a little attention. I'm a little bit of an attention whore, or quite a bit of an attention whore, but I would like to get a little feedback to see what you guys are thinking, what you guys want to know. But I do appreciate you guys having eyes on it and giving your feedback if you choose so. I just found some news here I want to check here to make sure that was I want to see if that's true there, making sure. Sorry about that, guys. Yes. Okay. I'm going to get to that right. I'm going to get that just a second here. I like that. News comes up right as we start the show. Big news for the Cowboys as we starting the show. But again, just giving thanks for everything. This Monday, Cowboys are getting ready to scrimmage the Rams. They're going to be their first work away from each other. Instead of beating up each other, now they can take that aggression, take what they learned, take all that stuff, and just attack the Rams. Rams, a solid team. A solid team that came one game away from going to the Super Bowl, lost to the eventual Super Bowl champs, Seattle Seahawks. Yeah, DeMarcus Lawrence got him a Super Bowl ring. Went there, talked a little bit, made a little comment I didn't dig, but I get it. I ain't mad at him. Went there, he won. I definitely can't be mad at that. So we get Seattle. Now, the news that I have here: Quinnen Williams. Cowboys are handling their business. Quinnen Williams agrees to a 3-year extension worth $105.9 million. 105.9. Why they couldn't round it up to 106? There's a reason why. But anyway, so we got Quinnen Williams for another 3 years. His contract had 2 years left. He's got 3 more years there. So we've locked Quinnen Williams in, one of the best 2 or 3 defensive tackles in all of football. In his prime, he's 28 years old, 29 years old. Solid defensive tackle. So good job there, Jerry Jones. Man, they're just they're handling business, man. They are handling business. As my man Chris Tucker used to say, I was handling business, right? If you get that joke, you'll know. But anyway. So the Cowboys are having an excellent offseason. An offseason that I think fans like myself and many of you can appreciate. Why? Because they're not doing all the bullshit. Okay? All this about waiting around to sign people. Yes, the whole deal with as far as George Pickens goes, that's more of a precarious situation because you already have a locked-in number 1 receiver who is one of the best receivers in the game. I think he's definitely underrated. I think he's one of the best top 3 receivers in all of football. CeeDee Lamb. George Pickens is very, very good. Easily top 10, maybe top 8. We can go down a list of some receivers that you feel are better than George Pickens, but I don't think there's more than 6 or 7 that you could put ahead of George Pickens. Some people will say George Pickens is better than CeeDee Lamb. I don't believe so. I believe George Pickens is definitely a true number 1. He is elite, but CeeDee Lamb is something special. Okay, he's locked up with a real good contract. Hard to do for another receiver like that, unless it's just going to be what it's going to be. But we're hoping that George Pickens has another great year. We go as far as we can. We want to go, and then we can get some value for him. Hoping that some of these other receivers we got can turn into some solid number 2s. You never know. So, looking to see for this Rams camp how the defense will now implement what they're going to do, what they've been learning, what they've been training to do against another opponent, against an offense that they're not going to know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to know much about at all. That's what I want to say. How are these young rookies? There's 9 new people on this defense. 9 new people that's going to start on this defense. Now, guys have looked good. I have a lot of faith. I'm feeling very, very, extremely optimistic. And that's tempered, don't get me wrong. Optimistic about the defense being very, very good. Not very, very good, but very, very much better than what it was. We weren't just 32 last year. We were some crap. If there were if you wanted to add a couple of top 10 defenses of college football teams, they probably would rank ahead of us. And I'm not joking. But with the addition of Caleb Downs, Jay Sean Barham, difference now with this coordinator, we got a linebacking core. We'll talk about that. The secondary has changed. Getting players in that are healthy now. Deron Bland, Siobhan Revelle. I think Kobe Durant is a very good cornerback who's on a prove-it deal that's coming in training camp looking very, very strong. But Siobhan Revelle is challenging for that spot. We're looking at safeties, Jalen Thompson, things like that. We want to see what that defense is going to do against a very good offense. Starters are going to play. They won't probably play and mess around with the preseason, but they'll be in the scrimmage. Okay? So we're going to see some work. It's one-on-ones right there on that tip. Now, as we're doing and continue on talking about different position rooms, we talked about the tight ends last episode. Today, I'm going to go offense, defense like that every other episode. Today, we're going to do defensive line. Defensive line is definitely something that's to a big credit. That's the strength. We didn't really address the defensive end, the edge rusher, after having lost Micah Parsons. We haven't replaced it with an elite defensive end. We looked for a trade. Max Crosby may still be in deal. But we'll talk about the defensive ends later. D tackles, you can see the way this defense is structured. The D tackles are going to anchor the front part of this line, going to anchor the whole defense, and going to be focused on shutting down the run. Of course, we just talked about the D tackles, which is very serendipitous that we're focused on defensive tackles. I didn't know beforehand, I promise you. But D tackles at Quentin Williams, our best tackle. Then you got Kenny Clark. Kenny Clark is a very, very good defensive tackle. Not on the elite level, but very good. He's very good and can hold his own. But with Quentin Williams and him there, that's going to make us very, very tough. Very, very tough. We brought in free agent-wise Adedeo Odele. It came in. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Wrong one. I'm looking at Otto Agbanyana. Otto Agbania is the D tackle that we brought in the offseason. He'll have a chance to be a contributor. LT Overton is the draft pick. Now, he's a late draft pick. Typically, those draft picks don't make the roster, make practice squad, but I'm kind of thinking he may make it. Jake Toya was someone that we got last year, but he's not one of Coach Parker's guys. He got some play this past season a little bit. Didn't raise a lot of hell, but didn't suck neither. So we'll see how he fits in this situation. Also, you got DJ Withers, another rookie out of Kansas. Tommy Dunn is another rookie out of Kansas we have as well, like Kansas guys. And then we got another veteran in Jonathan Bullard. Don't know how much he'll make, but he'll make the team, but him being a veteran may give him an edge on that end. The D tackle is going to be formidable. It's going to be about depth. Looking at past Ken Clark, past Quentin Williams, I'm looking at Tito to be a solid contributor. I've been mentioning Otto. Tito Agbania, that is his name. O-T-I-T-O. Agbania, read it phonetically. He's going to be a major contributor. Who else I'm not sure on. Don't know about Jake Toya making the roster, but he may. He's got a good size. He can anchor 340 pounds. He's a second heaviest to Ken Clark, who's 10 pounds heavier. Jonathan Bullard is the one I don't know about. LT Overton. Haven't heard anything good or bad about how he's been doing in camp, so I don't know. I think they're looking for him to be that guy. He's the type of DN that they want. As Coach Parker said, he wants multiples, guys who can play multiple positions and do multiple things on the team. We have that, especially off the defense line between linebackers and DBs. Will we have that with our linemen and DNs between that edge there? We'll see. Well, anyway, that's it I'm going to talk about on that. As far as the D tackles, I think the D tackles are going to be one of the strengths. It's no mystery. It's going to be solid with the starters. I think there's some depth, at least in the second level. I think the Cowboys are still going to make some other moves with some other veterans. By the time the season starts, late training camp, when the season starts, to add depth there, going to evaluate these guys here. Feel good about it. I feel good about it. Again, health is not guaranteed in football. But locking up Quentin Williams was solid. I like where we're going, man. I like the way we're going. I just want to see how they respond to what they've been coached with Coach Parker. And also, let's see how he calls a game. Let's see how he calls a game. But anyway, that's it from me, man. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for hanging in there. 92nd episode. Looking forward to 93. Getting on to 100 and more. We'll get back at you. This is Mark Howard again. We talk Cowboys here. Peace.